We all love dogs, but when you're trying to drop some pounds, a story of weight loss success from another person can embolden you to work much, much harder. But how about a story from a dog? Check out these pics of Buddy, an overweight Australian Shepherd from Winnipeg, Canada, who once tipped the scales at nearly 180 pounds.
Whoa.
Barely at that time able to walk, about 4 times his ideal body weight, Buddy was given only 6 months to live by the veterinarians. But with the help of a local rescue group and some amazing foster parents, he was slowly able to reduce his food intake, started exercising, and get this, after excess skin removal surgery to prevent infections and sores that he was dealing with, he's now 112 pounds lighter.
Whoa.
And living in his forever home. What a great story. And apparently he's a local celeb.
Elderly people, and they showed their love by feeding him. A lot of elderly people do that, but that was a lot of food. What would you have to feed a dog to look like that? You can't gain that much weight with dog food, can you?
No, but if they're trying to show love, then most likely they always say don't feed your dog table scraps.
Right, but that's what they were doing.
Well, and I think it is. But I think it's also a lesson for all of us, which is when you're trying to love your pet, remember, true love for a pet is not allowing them to become morbidly obese, because this 6 months to live. And I mean, the pet looks great. What's interesting is usually it's the other way around. Their dogs inspire them to be more active. And so instead of the dog becoming overweight, they're going to get their owners out and about walking and potentially lose weight on their own accord, lowers your blood pressure having pups in the house.
It's all about doing it together with your dog.
Yeah, right, absolutely. I mean, if you're out walking with your dog, there's so many studies that showing being a pet owner actually improves your health. It lowers your blood pressure, decreases your risk of heart disease, certainly decreases your risk of depression because you have a buddy.
Kids lower risk of allergies.
Yeah, it's true, actually, because they're around pollens and
but the problem with walking Lulu, my English bulldog back in the day, was that you'd walk, and when she had had enough,
she just sit down.
She just stopped?
She went down, and that is dead weight. You could not.
How do you get her home?
You just have to wait when she decided she's ready to
so you're
walk
just standing there till she was rested.
So
you did not
actually, my favorite is your.
Sometimes it could be problematic. Lulu didn't want to walk that day.
No, my favorite is here in LA when you see people walking with their dogs in strollers, and the dog is actually sitting as a passenger.
No,
it's not good for the dog. I mean, I guess kudos to the owners for getting the exercise regardless.
Unless the dog, maybe the dog's recovering, because in this case, let's talk about dog skin removal surgery. I had not heard of that before. I am surprised that a dog could go through something of that magnitude, because that's a lot of
we know doggy plastic surgery. They pin their ears. They fix their eyes. A lot of doggies have ectropion, so they get little canthoplasty.
But you've never done a cosmetic procedure on a dog, right? You're like, this isn't like a typical thing.
Would I do it?
Would
in
you
a
do
second?
It? Would you?
Sure. That'd be fun.
Are there veterinarian plastic surgeons now?
The surgeon veterinarians are trained in these so-called plastic procedures.
But these are not cosmetic, right? These are considered.
This is cosmetic, but to pin their ears, if they want the ears to stand up for certain breeds, they do that.
Are they doing?
They're doing surgery on dogs just for appearances?
Yes, that's what he's.
That's animal cruelty.
No, it's not. But for
it is too.
No, for the ears maybe, but for the eyes, they're having exposure keratitis, so
that's so they can see.
Well, to protect the eyes more. There, but the loose skin, I mean, you get symptoms of the loose skin just like humans.
Well, and that's my point, is that's medical.
Yeah, this is functional, because if you do have all that excess skin and you've lost the weight, you can get infection and sores. But my head is exploding that you said that people are doing cosmetic surgery on dogs just for the cosmetics.
Well, we've had the dogs on the show where owners are tattooing them.
Yeah.
I mean, for bulldogs, that breed, I know for a fact that they do, you could call it a facelift, because their creases are so deep and thick, and they get intertrigo, and they get infections that are very difficult.
That's an infection from the skin folding in on itself and being like a safe haven for bacteria.
Yes.
That's functional.
Buddy, we are so very happy that you found your forever home.